Welcome to our channel. In life, things aren't always what they seem. Sometimes, the people we call foolish are the ones quietly making the smartest choices. True wisdom doesn't need to be loud. It reveals itself through small, steady actions, quiet confidence, and how someone treats others. This is the story of Ravi, a humble fisherman whose simple way of living taught his entire village what real success actually means. Ravi lived in a peaceful coastal village, where the rhythm of life followed the waves of the sea. Every morning, before the sun even touched the sky, he would row his small wooden boat into the open waters. Alone with the sea and the rising light, he cast his net with focus and calm. By midday, he would return to shore with his boat filled with fresh, glistening fish. But unlike the other fishermen, Ravi didn't try to squeeze every coin from his catch. While most proudly displayed their largest fish and demanded the highest prices, Ravi did the opposite. He sold his biggest, freshest fish for the lowest price. And not just once, but every single day. People in the village couldn't understand him. Some laughed, others criticized him openly. "He's too simple," they'd say. "He works harder than all of us and sells his best fish for pennies. Ravi's never going to be successful like this." But Ravi never argued back. He didn't try to prove them wrong. He simply smiled, continued to serve his customers kindly, and returned home peacefully every day. One afternoon, a wealthy trader from the city came to visit the village. He walked through the market, observing the stalls, when something caught his eye. While most fishermen stood waiting with untouched baskets of fish, one stall was surrounded by people. That stall belonged to Ravi. The trader watched closely. He saw Ravi hand over a large, shining fish to a woman in exchange for just a few small coins. The line behind her stretched on. People weren't just buying, they were smiling. There was something different about this man. Curious, the trader walked up to Ravi and asked, "You catch the finest fish I've seen, but you sell them for less than anyone else. Why? Aren't you here to make a living?" Ravi looked at him, calm as ever, and said, "If you really want to understand, come visit my home this evening. I'll show you." Later that day, the trader followed a narrow path along the beach to Ravi's house. He expected to find a poor man's hut, but what he saw surprised him. The house was modest but well kept, with space, light, and warmth. Inside, there were sacks of rice, baskets of fruit, jars of spices, and neatly arranged clothes. The place felt lived in, but comfortable. Still confused, the trader asked, "How is this possible? You sell your best fish for the lowest price. How can you afford to live like this?" Ravi smiled and replied, "When I first started, nobody knew me. But when they saw I offered the best fish at a fair price, they came back. Then they brought their families, their neighbors, and their friends. People started to trust me. Now I don't just have customers, I have a community." He paused for a moment, then added, "Other fishermen might sell one or two fish at high prices, but I sell everything, every single day. And people don't just pay with money. They bring me rice, oil, fruit. Sometimes they help repair my nets or share what they have. I've built something far more valuable than profit. I've built trust and relationships." The trader stood silently, realizing the depth of Ravi's words. Then he smiled and said, "You're not foolish. You're incredibly wise." Ravi laughed gently and said, "Wisdom doesn't always look like success from the outside. But it works, slowly, steadily, and truthfully. And that's the real message. Success isn't always about chasing the biggest numbers or loudest praise. Sometimes, it's about giving honest value, building lasting trust, and thinking beyond just today. Because the people who make the biggest impact often do it without making any noise at all." If this story touched your heart, give it a like and share it with someone who needs motivation today. Subscribe for more powerful stories that inspire, heal, and transform.